What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going from downtown Los Angeles out to Hawthorne. I usually don't go this direction, but I do have an appointment out there. So let's see how the Tesla Autopilot system does in today's morning rush hour drive. So welcome back to the channel and thanks for watching another video and let's get into it. Just got onto the highway. It looks like there's some cars up here. Let me just accelerate a little bit to get out of their way so I can throw it into Autopilot. A couple left lane changes right there, and then now I'm going to throw it into Autopilot. Definitely a pretty bumpy ride. Hopefully you guys can see pretty well. I'm going to throw it onto manual focus so that the focus doesn't really trip out. Going about 75 miles an hour. Cruise control speed setting is set to 75. It is morning rush hour traffic, 9 a.m. So hopefully we won't run into too many issues with all these cars on the highway. Coming up onto a little bit of traffic up here. There's a couple cars braking ahead of us. Tesla Autopilot is slowing down to 48 miles an hour. I probably should get into the left lane at some point because the HOV and the express tollway lanes are coming up. So it will be smooth sailing for the next area of this highway if I can get into that area. So I learned a new trick for changing lanes in Autopilot. You actually don't have to turn off Autopilot-ish. All you have to really do is turn on the left signal. That will disengage. Oh wait, nope, that didn't work. But supposedly you can keep it in cruise control or speed control, and it will just deactivate auto steer. You can make the lane change and then throw it back into Autopilot just by double clicking. So it's like slightly different than the usual way I do it where I turn off Autopilot completely, but it's just a little bit less hassle by leaving it in cruise control speed setting but just disengaging auto steer. Thanks for watching another video guys. If you're new here, my name is Dennis. I have a Tesla Model Y Performance and I make videos about my experience. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. In terms of what version this is, or 2021 version 10.2, 2021.4.18.2, and this is the latest version at the time of this recording. The conditions out, it's 75 degrees, pretty clear day, really no clouds in the sky. Sun is facing down from the left, so the sun really shouldn't affect any of the cameras as we drive on the highway down south. We're still in the HOV lane right now, going 75 miles an hour. There's really no traffic in these lanes, so we're just cruising along, following these lanes in front of us. We're going 76 miles an hour right now. I could probably increase the speed, so I'm gonna go ahead and increase that up to 79 miles an hour. You can see that Autopilot is detecting this double solid white lines onto the right, but then it's also detecting as the lanes get bigger, wider and smaller, but it's not freaking out, which is good. The HOV lanes are going a little bit quicker than the local lanes, so we're just going to stay in these lanes and not try and double cross or not try and pass these double cross lanes at all. We're about to get onto the 105 West, and there's most likely going to be in traffic in that area because that highway goes directly to LAX, and there's probably going to be traffic on that highway. All right, so now we're gonna go on to the 105 or the 105 West, and it's gonna be a slight curve to the right as we go on this highway ramp or bridge, and it's turning to the right now. It decreased speed a little bit, or Tesla decreased speed down a little bit to 64 miles an hour, and right here is where we're gonna be running into a little bit of traffic. A little bit of braking from Tesla Autopilot, slowing down to 40, 45, 40, 35 miles an hour. There seems to be a merge coming up right here. There's some cars on our right, and we go from 2 lanes down to 1. All right, so I can definitely see there's gonna be some issues coming up right here. There's a Prius in our right lane right here. Tesla, I don't think has detected that these 2 lanes are merging down to 1 just yet, because you can still see the lane right here, but that's probably the Autopilot lanes or guidance instead of the actual lanes coming together. So it's increasing speed right now. I'm gonna go ahead and brake because Tesla was just gonna increase speed and not let the Prius in because it didn't detect it. So I'm now in manual mode and I'm gonna let the Prius go in front of us and then throw it back into Autopilot. Alright, so I'm actually not supposed to be in this lane because it went down to an HOV only, and I don't have my toll pass stickers or my HOV stickers. So I am going to, right there, we almost got into an accident, just went around it, and now I'm throwing it back into autopilot. Going about 56 miles an hour now. Cruise control speed setting is still set to 85. We're going to be going on this highway for another 2 miles and then getting onto the 405 South, which most likely is going to have a lot more traffic. So we're gonna have to exit in a mile, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the right ticker so I can do some lane changes. No? Okay, so you have to actually hold it down for it to disengage auto steer. There we go. So now I disengage auto steer. I'm making the right lane change. It's also adjusting the speed right there as these cars are going a little slower. So I went in and threw it off, and okay, another cutoff today. Not too bad. Disengage autopilot, braked a little bit on my own manually, and then now I'm throwing it back into autopilot. Autopilot probably would have slowed down but if it detected when it detected that car or when that car came into our lane. But I was already in manual mode or semi-manual mode, so I went ahead and did it myself. Need to make another right lane change, so I'm going to hit the ticker, and disengage auto steer, and then throwing it back into auto steer. So the one thing that's annoying there, it keeps the ticker on the whole time, so I have to remember to turn off the signal ticker so that it can stop ticking. Taking this off exit right now to get onto the 405 South, going a little slower right now, 42 miles an hour. This exit curves to the left, so autopilot should be able to handle it. It looks like it's slowing down a little bit right now because it's trying to figure out which direction it needs to go. But now it figured out it's going to the left. It's increasing speed now to 60 miles an hour. And as we take this tunnel left lane or left turn to get onto the next highway. So the left lane is going a little bit faster. Let's go ahead and make that left lane change. I'm going to increase speed a little bit manually. So now we're in the left lane, and I'm going to throw it back into autopilot. Tesla Autopilot is increasing speed pretty fast now, going up to 75 miles an hour as we get onto the 405 South. Our exit's coming up in about 0.7 miles, and it doesn't look like there's any traffic. So this is where I'm going to go ahead and end it, guys. Thanks for watching another video. Please hit that like if you enjoyed it, and comment below if you have any questions on Tesla Autopilot or even buying a Tesla. Love to hear you guys' thoughts. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!